tired of workouts that wreck your body, leave your joints sore, and in the dust of guys half your age? While kettlebells are known to deliver amazing results for strength and conditioning, what if the best use of them was a single move and not endless complexes or circuits? So in this video, I'm going to show you this one kettlebell move and the exact workout structure that will make guys over 40 fit, strong, and capable. First of all, we've got to cover why you want the kettlebell snatch and not kettlebell swings. Everyone always thinks that when it comes to kettlebell moves that the swing is the king. There's ample evidence though to show that the snatch is far superior. Like this study here that showed that the kettlebell snatch led to a 6% improvement in VO2 max in as little as 4 weeks. In this study, these athletes improved their fitness by 6% in just 4 weeks. Only kettlebell snatches, no long runs, no treadmill sessions, no intervals, just kettlebell snatches. And Soviet research, the guys who invented kettlebells, going back decades shows the exact same thing. Soldiers who trained the snatch increased their 1,000-meter cross-country time, their 100-meter run, their standing broad jump, and even their pull-ups, all from the use of the kettlebell snatch. And that's because their overall work capacity went through the roof, and they tested it with this thing called the Physical Work Capacity 170 test, or PWC 170. And the reason the snatch works better is because the bell moves further. Physics says that the further the weight moves, the more work has to be done. And because of the nature of the snatch, it means we improve in a whole list of things that we're not even training, like the vertical jump, standing broad jumps, 100-meter sprint times. All of these things improve from the snatch. And now we know why you want to snatch, we better cover some moves to get you into snatching to begin with. Those 5 movements are the kettlebell deadlift, the 2-hand swing, the 1-hand swing, the high pull, and then finally the snatch. Get some reps in with the first 3 first before you even worry about getting to snatching. Now what's a few reps? Well, if you do 5 sets of 10, 3 times a week, that's 150 reps a week. 1,000 reps is only going to take you about 6 weeks. And that's a rough guide for how much time it takes someone to really ingrain the swing so that this backswing part of the snatch is well ingrained. Now, if you take the time to patiently build up through these steps, snatching is really, really easy. Way back in the day, I trained someone for a Strong First certification. I taught them to snatch in 1 session directly before the weekend, so they had no time to practice snatching at all. But the reason they got it so fast was we spent months and months prior learning the swing and making sure that the mechanics were really good before we even worried about the snatch. This is a lot like building a skyscraper. The stronger and deeper the foundation, the higher and faster you can build. And now that we've covered the building block steps, let's discuss how to actually use the snatch so that you get that real world old man strength that everyone comes to kettlebells for in the first place. And if we use classic endurance style programming with the kettlebell snatch, we get this crazy kind of blended fitness where you've got the cardiovascular capacity of an elite runner with the strength of a blacksmith that allows you to keep going all day long at high levels of intensity. And that style of programming means we need some really high intensity interval work for VO2 max, we need some lactate threshold work, and we need a long endurance day to round things out. Think of these like pieces of a puzzle. Most people only train one piece and wonder why they can't see the whole picture. You need to have all the pieces in place so that it becomes really clear what the whole picture looks like. In the study I initially quoted, they used Kenneth Jay's classic 15 on, 15 off protocol from his book Viking Warrior Conditioning, available from Dragon Door Books. To begin, we need to find what cadence you need for these 15-second work intervals, and to do that, we're going to do a cadence test. Minute 1, you need to do 10 reps or 1 rep every 6 seconds. Minute 2, you're going to change to 14 reps or a rep roughly every 4 seconds. Minute 3, 18 reps or roughly a rep every 3 seconds. And minute 4, 22 reps or roughly a rep every 2.5 seconds. And then in minute 5, you're going to do as many reps as possible. In the 5th minute, if you get less than 24 reps in that minute, you need a lighter bell. For a variety of reasons, the bell must move very fast for this protocol to work. The number of reps you're going to aim for in this protocol is 7 reps every 15 seconds, and to figure that out, you take the total number of reps you got in that 5th minute and divide by 4. and you're probably going to find you end up with either 6, 7 or 8 reps. Again, less than 24 reps, you need a lighter bell. If you got more than 40, then you need a much heavier bell. For most men, this is going to mean either a 16 kilo bell, and for women, it's going to mean a 12 kilo bell. On 1 day per week, we're going to do the 15-15 protocol for at least 20 minutes, but even better, build up to 30 or 40 minutes or 80 full rounds of 15 seconds on, 15 seconds off, doing either 7 or 8 reps per 15 seconds. The second day is a lactate threshold day. This protocol is also found in Viking warrior conditioning. For this test, to do the cadence test, you're going to do a Secret Service snatch test or a 10-minute all-out snatch test. Take the total number of reps you did and add 40% to it, and then divide by 10 and round up. Now I know that sounds confusing, but if you got 220 reps in 10 minutes, 40% of that is 88. That gives you a total of 308 reps as a target for 10 minutes. We take that number and divide by 10 and round up. That gives me 31 reps per minute to aim for this lactate threshold protocol. So now I do 31 reps in 1 minute and I rest for 2 minutes and I do at least 15 rounds of this. And finally, we need to do a long endurance day, which is really simple. We're simply going to do 200 reps of kettlebell snatches with 1 bell heavier than what you did the Secret Service snatch test with. So if you did the 10-minute test with a 20 kilo bell, on this day you use a 24. If you used a 24, now you use a 28, and so on. There's no time limit, no rest limits. You only need to accumulate 200 reps with that heavier bell. This system gives amazing results for a really small time investment. At the same time, it gives you amazing strength endurance, a gorilla grip, and real-world, go-all-day farmer strength. Don't worry if the numbers seem confusing, just follow the system and stick to it until you become a badass. Now if you like this video, make sure you check out this video here for the must-do moves for kettlebells for over 40s.